Have you ever experienced the whirlwind of a breakup with a narcissist? If so, you know just how draining, manipulative, and utterly consuming it can be. Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're peeling back the layers on a topic that hits close to home for many: the unraveling of a narcissist's power, and the surprising ways you can break their hold over your life. There's more to this than going no contact, and what you're about to discover may surprise and empower you in ways you never imagined. Narcissists thrive on control, attention, and, most of all, your emotional reactions. At first, they may seem like everything you ever wanted, putting you on a pedestal and showering you with praise. It's intoxicating, isn't it? But it's all an illusion designed to pull you deeper into their world. A world where they are the center of attention and control. Once their idealization phase crumbles, you're left dealing with a partner who is selfish, manipulative, and emotionally exhausting. Breaking away from this toxic cycle isn't easy, but it's possible, and it's far more rewarding than you might believe. So let's dive into how you can truly break free and break a narcissist, using methods more powerful than simply cutting off contact. Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe, like this video if it resonates with you, and share it with anyone who might be struggling. Let's empower ourselves together. Now let's get into it. To truly break a narcissist, one of the most potent tools at your disposal is indifference. No contact may create distance, but indifference drives them mad. Imagine this scenario. A narcissist tries their usual tricks: manipulation, insults, attempts to provoke, and you respond with complete calm, or better yet, no reaction at all. This is the gray rock method in action. By showing minimal emotion and refusing to engage, you deny them the validation and energy they crave. Narcissists thrive on chaos. They need your reactions, whether it's love, anger, or sadness, to maintain their sense of importance. When you show that you no longer care, it feels to them like a sudden void. They're left confused, frustrated, and powerless. Your indifference says, "You don't matter to me anymore," which is a crushing blow to their inflated ego. But there's more to breaking a narcissist than just cutting off your reactions. It's about understanding their deep-seated need for control and the steps they take to keep you hooked. Narcissists often avoid giving closure in relationships. They leave questions hanging, hoping you'll seek answers. It keeps you tethered to their influence. But by recognizing this manipulation for what it is, and refusing to engage, you take back your power. Block them on social media, cut off every line of communication, and resist the urge to seek closure they'll never truly offer. When you refuse to play their game, you disrupt the narrative they've created around their control over you. Here's where it gets even more interesting. What really breaks a narcissist is seeing you unbothered and thriving. They live for the belief that they still hold sway over your emotions. Even negative reactions like anger or sadness confirm their importance in your life. So, what happens when you live your best life, detached from their influence? It devastates them. This isn't just about ignoring their attempts to reconnect or monitoring you through fake profiles. It's about radiating genuine happiness and fulfillment that they can't touch. When you display that you've moved on without them, stronger, happier, and indifferent to their existence, it leaves them reeling. Their sense of significance is shattered. They've lost the power to affect you, and that loss is excruciating to their fragile ego. Breaking a narcissist means reclaiming your own life. It means stepping out of the role they assign to you, the role of someone who needs them, who reacts to their every whim. The truth is, you don't need their validation. You never did. Every step you take toward your own growth, healing, and self-worth is a step that weakens their grip on you. Narcissists build their power on illusions and manipulation. Your empowerment and detachment reveal their true weakness. They're not as powerful as they pretend to be. They're deeply insecure people who hide behind a facade. As you navigate this journey, remember that setting boundaries is essential. Protect your peace. Limit their access to your life. Take time for self-reflection, healing, and rebuilding your identity beyond their influence. By prioritizing yourself and refusing to feed their ego with your attention, you can achieve true freedom. Every small victory over their attempts to manipulate you is a reminder that you are stronger than they ever imagined. The greatest defeat for a narcissist is losing their power to control you. Your emotional freedom is their ultimate downfall. Thank you for being part of this transformative journey. If you found value in this discussion, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe for more insights, and share it with anyone who needs a boost of strength and resilience. Together, we can build a community dedicated to growth, healing, and empowerment. Stay strong, and I'll see you in the next one.
Hey, people who support empowering yourself. You may be wondering what narcissists do when you finally get away from them. It's not just about returning your power when you break up with a narcissist. It's also about realizing how it will affect them. Leave a comment below if you've ever taken steps to get your life back from bad situations. Let's inspire each other. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon. We're going to talk about the mental, emotional, and physical effects on a narcissist when you shut yourself off from their life today. There is more to this path than just your own healing. It has to do with figuring out how things work and how narcissists react when they lose their source of approval. Stay tuned as we talk about these lessons and how walking away can change your life. Share, like, and encourage each other as we work to get our power and freedom back. 1. Knowing how ego reinforcement works. To understand what happens when you break up with someone who is focused on themselves, you need to understand the idea of ego reward. Ego reinforcement means giving egocentric people constant praise, respect, and attention in order to keep up their inflated sense of self-worth and fragile sense of importance. The people in their group give them this support, and they manipulate and influence others to make sure they get a steady flow of attention and admiration. When someone who gives ego-boosting sources, like a love partner, close friend, or family member, leaves, it can be very upsetting for the egocentric person. 2. The first response of the self-centered person. A. Surprise and decline. When you leave an egocentric person for the first time, they usually respond with surprise and denial. People who are egocentric have an inflated sense of how important they are and think they are necessary. People can't understand why someone would leave them, which can lead to a state of denial. They might not want to believe that the relationship is over and act like nothing has changed, trying to keep things the same. B. Outburst and fury. These people often lose it when they have to face reality and react with rants and anger. They are reacting this way because they can't change the situation and they are very afraid of being left alone. The egocentric person's anger can show up in many ways, such as verbal attacks, threats, or attempts to hurt your image. This stage is marked by the egocentric person's desperate efforts to regain control and dominance. C. Tries to get involved again. People who are focused on themselves use re-engagement to get their victims back into the relationship. This could be done through manipulation, claims to change, or even acting like you're weak when you're not. The egocentric person may send you a lot of texts, call you a lot, or show up at your house without warning to try to get you to fall back into their cycle of manipulation. People re-engage because they want to find a source of encouragement and feel in charge again. 3. The effects on a person's mind and feelings when they are self-centered. Erster Ego-Schock. When a main source of ego support leaves, it can cause a deep ego shock. This word refers to the intense emotional pain and sensitivity that egocentric people feel when their self-image and sense of self-worth are threatened. The shock can make people feel ashamed, inadequate, and deeply uneasy. For someone who is egotistical, this shock is often too much to handle, and they act defensively to protect their low self-esteem. B. Need for alternative reinforcement right away. When egocentric people experience an ego shock, they immediately look for other sources of support. To fill the void left by your departure, they may quickly move on to a new relationship, friendship, or business connection. This sense of urgency can make the egocentric person act in dangerous and rash ways as they try to regain their sense of importance and power. But new links might not give the same amount of validation, which can cause a cycle of discontent and more instability. C. Sadness and grief. People who are egocentric are often seen as sure of themselves and confident, but when their support is taken away, they can have big psychological problems. When an egocentric person loses a key source of reinforcement, they may feel hopeless and scared as they deal with feelings of not being good enough and being ignored. Psychological problems like these are often made worse by the egotistical person's unwillingness to get help or admit they are weak. 4. What happens in real life for an egocentric person? A. Being alone. One of the practical effects of your leaving is that the egocentric person may gradually become alone. As people notice how controlling and manipulative they are, they may find it harder to keep relationships going. People they know and family members may pull away, leaving the selfish person without a reliable support system. Isolation can make their mental problems worse and make them need other sources of support even more. B. Setbacks in your job. People who are egocentric often use their charm and ability to manipulate others to move up in their careers and keep business relationships going. On the other hand, when things go wrong in their personal life, it can affect their work. The selfish person may act erratically, which could cause problems with co-workers, subordinates, or bosses. This could hurt their work by getting them fired or hurting their reputation in their field. C. Problems with the law and money. Sometimes, breaking up with a selfish person can lead to legal and financial problems. If the relationship included shared money, assets, or business interests, the egocentric person might get angry and try to make the separation process harder or impossible. There may be legal conflicts, which can put a strain on both parties' finances and cause long-lasting stress. 5. Effects on the egoistic person over time. A. Unpredictability that doesn't go away. If an egoistic person doesn't have a solid source of ego reinforcement, their personal and professional life may become unpredictable over time. If they can't make strong, long-lasting bonds, it can lead to a cycle of short-lived friendships and ongoing conflict. This lack of dependability makes their mental and emotional fights worse, creating a cycle of unhappiness and unrest. B. Falling position in society. Egoistic people may lose their social standing over time because of the way they act. As their sneaky moves become more clear to people around them, they might lose the respect and admiration they once had. The drop in their social status can be very hard on their ego and make them feel even more inadequate and unsafe. C. Disagreement with change. When someone is egoistic, they don't want to admit their flaws or work on changing, which is one of the saddest things about it. Their strong need for approval and control often keeps them from reflecting on their problems or getting professional help. Because of this, they can't break out of their harmful patterns and are stuck in a cycle of manipulation and mental turmoil. 6. Your journey of healing and strengthening. It's important to focus on your journey of healing and strength, even though the egoistic person will face big problems after you leave. As you move forward, here are some things to think about. A. Make self-care a priority. When getting over a selfish relationship, it's important to put yourself first. This includes taking care of your body by eating well, working out, and getting enough sleep, taking care of your emotions by going to therapy, writing in a journal and practicing mindfulness, and caring for your social life by spending time with friends and family who are there for you. B. Give yourself limits. Setting and sticking to limits is a key part of protecting yourself from more manipulation. To do this, you need to stop talking to the egoistic person and be firm in your choice to leave. Setting limits helps protect your independence and keeps the self-centered person from coming back into your life. C. Get help from professionals. Working together with a therapist who knows how to help people recover from egotistical abuse can be very helpful. Therapy can help you process your experiences, rebuild your sense of self-worth, and come up with strong ways to deal with problems. D. Get in touch with your uniqueness. Having relationships based on egotism can make you feel less like yourself. Spend some time getting back in touch with your interests, values, and goals. Do the things that make you happy and satisfied, and surround yourself with people who value and respect you. E. Learn new things. Continuing to learn about selfish behavior and its effects gives you the power to spot warning signs and keep yourself safe in the future. Being aware is a powerful tool that can stop further abuse and trickery. F. Join networks of support. Making connections with other people who have been abused by egotists can help you feel better. Support groups, both online and off, can be very helpful because they bring people together and help them understand what they're going through. Thanks for visiting us today as we talked about what happens after you leave a narcissist's control. Cutting ties with a narcissist is a brave and life-changing step forward the road. The narcissist may be having problems on the inside after losing their main source of approval, but you need to focus on your own path to healing and strength. It's important to take advantage of the chance to rediscover your real self, set clear boundaries, and build a life full of supportive relationships, self-respect, and emotional strength. Remember that you deserve to live a happy life without being abused or manipulated. It's possible to find happiness and fulfillment in life if you give yourself time, help, and care. If you thought this video was helpful, please show your support by liking it and sharing it with others who might also benefit. You can also subscribe to our channel to get more tools and support on your path to healing and empowerment. We can get past the dark side of narcissistic abuse and into a better, more satisfying future if we all work together. Have a great day and remember to stay strong. We'll see you in our next film.
Have you ever experienced the whirlwind of a breakup with a narcissist? If so, you know just how draining, manipulative, and utterly consuming it can be. Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're peeling back the layers on a topic that hits close